Greetings. I can tell you one thing, Janet. Yeah, that place where you connected to of the one is the shift that you're feeling in the energetic grid that has been enacted. Connecting to the one is knowing that you are part of the source. The source has a voice, a personality. He's an ally. She's an ally to you. And she is your reflection in the mirror. She cries your tears right along with you from the other side. It is that still small voice that everyone that has ever created a song or a creative expression taps into. When I was going through my ascension, I remember listening to some songs and it would say, I need you to survive. I'm like, who's saying they need me to survive? Why would something need me to survive? And I recognized that at my deepest level, when I went through the abyss to the blackest area and found that I was the light source, I'm like, holy shit, I'm a part of this I'm a part of this presence, and you are too. You don't die. And this time you're coming into the realization that you keep this vessel. That's why you're transforming it on the cellular level. That's why you're feeling this connection with the first source that you love, which is the love of your cells. It's like every single cell, every fiber of your being has now started to communicate with you intelligently, intellectually, spiritually, guiding you. So that, you know, as you carry the microcosmic version of the cosmos, you are a particulate, just like one tiny little cell, even though one tiny little cell is in you and it's part of your makeup, but you are still one part of a huge cosmos. Doesn't matter if you're a hair follicle, a sweat molecule, or whatever. You're a human molecule of the cosmos. And it's that place where finally the blueprinters have stepped in and you're amplifying the signal. So what you're feeling and what you're clearing for not just the collective of Earth as you did when you connected with your higher self, but now you're doing your part in the multidimensional clearing, where you're doing it for your incarnations that couldn't make it here. You're doing it to remember that you are a logo, a representative, like an ambassador of a system so far away, but they wanted to experience it so badly that you represent that portion of them that's here, the fragments, the remnants. Hence, if you wanted to go biblically with it, you could see that the Fibonacci sequence of when an individual or a solo person decides it wishes to be magnetically attracted to another solo person, and those two are drawn together, they are joined in oneness. At that moment when all the chakras are aligned and the inner and outer part of the gene's tails or genitalia combine, you are in that one expression of just trying to feel what it was like to reconnect with Source. But you connected with another being of Source. That moment of love feeling is only but a glimmer of what created you in the first place, which was the glue, the gel, the omnipotential molecule that we call love. But it's hard to express it in human words here because many have forgotten in this density what loves mean, the genetic compound that is love. So as you are now more feeling the connect with Atumra, or the super atom, or the first programmatic ion, you are now resonating, everybody knowing that you're in a cosmological gigantic being. And it's not about how fast light travels, but in the same being, when you say hello, every fiber in your organs feel that vibration instantaneously. So this is the part of Ascension now where you are realizing that you are in the one is a part of you, and you are so essential to survival because the universe and the cosmos wanted to experience life in this physicality. And out of billions of potential expression that was in the Milky, or as you might say it in the smaller version, the spermatozoa, your particular cell, one above all others, to form that nuclei that joins with the feminine principle. So this deeper connection that you're feeling is that sensation that was there in the beginning when we said, let us make life a life. And let us continue to make it in many myriad of expressions until we get to a place, it doesn't matter if we were to lose ourselves, we will always find ourselves coming back to the one source. Now, on my human vehicular level, as far as the experience, I find that I had to detach and release everything in order to find those other beings that are of myself that resonated with my frequency. It is just one initiation after another, and as soon as you've mastered some part of the expression, you simply ascend to another and another. As you've ascended now from higher self's consciousness to multidimensional avatars, to multidimensional expressions where all of one can communicate, transmit through your being here, you realize that the frequency tonations changes, your vibrational changes, you attract certain things, you detract certain things, it no longer harmonizes at your vibration, so it cannot stay in your presence, in your EMF or your energy field. You realize that if the nest has become too small, then the eagle must fly from the nest, and realizing that as it makes this descent to what it perceives to be, oh, this endless pit will never stop, it learns how to spread its wing and to feel for the currents of energetic shifts in the wind and glide. It's not about the wing strength of your flapping up and down, but it's your ability to stay centered, even amid the storm. Many of you have had dreamtime experiences where you were chased by a monster and you were approaching a cliff, and when you got to the cliff, you would probably wake up because you were too afraid to jump, not realizing that in the dream state you are in a fourth dimensional parallel, that you are God, and you can fly, you can control the matrix. That is the mastery that's being accomplished now as you are entrusted with more and more of your powers of manifestation. And knowing the intent coupled with the expression brings all of the magnets together to allow your manifestation to take form.